Greetings and salutations, everyone! My name is Fire Mage, and welcome back to Rimworld Ascension Take 2, Episode 29. If you enjoy this episode, please remember to like and subscribe, and as always, mod list is down in the description. And with that, let's get on to the episode. Alright, well, picking up where we left off last episode, what are my plans for today? Well, before we get into what I want to get done in terms of projects and plans and whatnot, we have to officially ascend to the industrial era, which means we get to pick a cornerstone. Alright, well, after going through all of the options for the cornerstone, I think Diplomats of the Silver Tongue is what we will be going with. I feel like that fits quite well, seeing as our ideology has us as traders, and we did quite a lot of negotiating. Speaking of negotiations, we need to send out a trade caravan. We haven't sent one out in a while, and as per our ideology, our people are getting somewhat depressed because of that. Now, we do actually need to keep our chef here at the base. So we will be sending Crine out to do the trade run. And we don't really have too terribly much to sell, but we can sell the Principles of Devil Stand Cultivation. Don't really need that anymore. Same with the Understanding the Symphony of Flavors. Both of those are already fully researched. And then in terms of items, I am going to go ahead and remember to load up the crossbows this time around. Sell those off. And we're going to just start selling off pretty much all of our older weapons, seeing as we are now in the industrial era, even if we aren't quite yet able to make weapons. And that should suffice. We don't need to sell a lot, but we do need to buy quite a bit. Actually, I think it might be wise, looking over this, to wait a second so that we can actually unload the bison. I did forget that we have not unloaded yet. Alright, there we go. The bison are unloaded. Let's reform the caravan. Send it back out. Get Crine on the caravan. We will only be sending a single bison. And we're pretty much going to be loading up the exact same stuff as before. Go ahead and start preparing that to be sent out. All in all, that should be just about everything we need to do from last episode finished. I'm also going to go ahead and have Sappy immediately start cooking some food, as we have, well, no meals cooked right now. Well, with the day arriving after a very busy night for some of our colonists, I think it is time... Well, I was gonna say it's time to start setting up some buildings to be converted to stone, but apparently White is going to attempt to break out Meerkat. I don't even think Meerkat is capable of really... Nope, I think Meerkat can stand, actually. So, what we're going to do in order to stop White from being a prison breaker is we are going to simply arrest and throw her into the jail and then release her. Anyway, going back to what I was trying to do, we have more than enough slate to go ahead and convert all these walls to, well, slate, which will finally make this building 100% fireproof from the outside. Not going to say anything about the floors still being flammable, but, you know, hopefully a fire doesn't break out inside. And stew cooking has been researched. And now it is time to begin industrial technology research. Now, I could go straight for electricity, which, don't get me wrong, that would be really useful right now. However, it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense. to immediately go into electricity. So what we will be doing instead is researching work attire. That way we can get a little bit more efficient with our working. You know, little bonuses here and there do stack up over time. And Krine has arrived at Tusla. Let's go ahead and get to trading. Go ahead and sell off the stuff we brought. Now, do they have anything that we want to purchase? They do have principles of drug production. We'll go ahead and buy that. Give us that technology. They got some good skill trainers too, but I don't think we'll be purchasing those just yet. But what we will be purchasing, most certainly, is all of their medicine. Let's also go ahead and buy some steel. 200 of it. And I think that's about all that we really want from them. We could buy some more ammunition, but we really don't need it just yet. Oh, and it looks like the Fallen Empire is actually sending a trade caravan to us. Very interesting. Hopefully, they are willing to give us some goodies. Oh, and we have a prison break. Meerkat is attempting to break out. Not a fan of that. Let's go ahead and send up a squad in order to make sure he doesn't get out. 3 people should be more than enough. Now, he is a Neanderthal, which means he is going to hit hard. So that is not going to be fun. Alright, let's go ahead. Hold the door open. Then immediately step back. Come on. There we go. Alright. And beat him up. Don't kill him. I want him alive. Just knock him down, please. Alright, Sappy, go ahead and hold fire. Oh, and he's dead. Okay. Well, that is unfortunate. Did not intend to kill him, but he is now dead anyway. Let's go ahead and haul him out of there. That is an issue, but it was bound to happen. We finally got a prisoner, and now he's dead. Honestly, that tracks. Definitely think we need to invest in getting some more non-lethal weapons in order to handle the prisoner issue. And Krine has returned with the spoils of the trading. Also, I did check on the map, and it appears that the Fallen Empire trade caravan got intercepted and destroyed. As unfortunate as that is, I am just glad that Krine did not get intercepted again, causing us to lose even more money. Oh, and it looks like White has gained a Psylink level. And we will be going with Pain Block. Haven't really gotten a chance to use many of White's abilities, but, well, quite frankly, hopefully we never have to. Limb regrowth is good, but very, very expensive. And considering that the Psybar seems to not want to go up very fast, I am not too confident in that. Oh, and the anima tree is ready to link once again. I think we're going to go ahead and just link it to Carrie. Get Carrie an extra level. Mainly because I want to get raid pause. I feel like that would be very beneficial in the future, very near future. Seeing as we are now in the realm of being attacked by people with fully automatic weapons, being able to freeze them for a little bit, give us some extra time to prepare, I know that would have helped a lot in the last take. And there we go, linking ritual complete. Carrie is now leveled up. And we will go ahead and grab raid pause. Can't use it yet. I presume it takes, yep, 40% of the psi focus and generates a ton of heat. But it is powerful, so it makes sense that it would have such a high cost. And work attire is researched. Next up, sterile attire. Yeah, the extra medical success chance, and more importantly, the tend quality, very, very useful. But now that we can actually make some proper work attire, let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and pick out some stuff that will prove to be most beneficial. A builder's jacket for Carrie. A chef's uniform for Sappy, along with a chef's hat. And do we have anything that helps out with the trading? Let's also go ahead and make a hard hat. Almost missed that. For Carrie as well. That's an extra 10% construction speed and a +5 construction success chance. Sounds real good. Let's also go ahead and make an apron for Sappy to wear. That is a just general 10% speed increase. Some overhauls for the people who do plants and animals. And I believe that should be just about everything that is beneficial for now. A top hat apparently gives a very nice 20% social impact bonus. We will make one of those. And there she goes. Krine is working on the builder's jacket. Working real fast, too. She might actually get a lot of those done before the night's over. That'll be nice. Sooner we can get it done, the better. Need those construction bonuses specifically. Got a lot of building to do. And there is the hard hat. And with that, if I am correct in my calculations, which I should be, let's see. That is, yep, a total of a 20% construction speed increase and a 15% construction success chance. So Carrie will now be cranking out construction at a ludicrous pace. Although, that makes me wonder if there is any weapons that we could build that would help as well. Because I know some weapons give benefits when working. A hammer would increase construction speed and construction success chance. Do we have a hammer, is the question, before I build one. It's looking like the answer to that is no. Alright, Krine, I'm gonna need you to switch over to smithing, please. Make me a hammer. This should go even faster considering Krine is specialized in weapon crafting. Oh, and Vera is in labor. Vera, please go to the hospital. And where is my best doctor? She is one of my best doctors. Alright, Coog, you'll be the doctor. And we will send her husband. I believe that is white, correct? I am correct. Let's go ahead and do that. And there we go. A healthy child has been born. Go ahead and take the name it was given. All right, newborn on a snowy afternoon. Let's go ahead and take the baby to a safe place, aka the crib, which is apparently badly damaged. Yeah, that's fine. And we now have our first baby. So we now have to take care of a literal infant, not just a child like Huff. That is going to be a hassle. And there we go. The cafeteria is now fully slate-ified. And that is one of, I believe, 4 buildings that were left that needed to be converted. Of course, that is going to take a while, but instead of continuing converting existing buildings to stone, I'm actually going to be doing a complete revamp of pretty much all the buildings. So I'm going to go ahead and check that off, because all the remaining buildings are going to be getting torn down and replaced. Now, I did say the next project is going to be doing new housing. And the first thing we're going to do is gauge where we want the new houses to go. And I'm thinking right here will be the first one. Which means, unfortunately, we are going to have to deconstruct these 2 houses entirely. So, temporarily, we will be moving their beds in here so that they, still have a spot to sleep. Actually, better idea, instead of moving the beds, we will simply unguestify the barracks, like so, and they can simply stay in there. Alright, that'll work quite a bit easier. Let's also make sure we remove the roof so we don't accidentally have a cave-in on our hands. And then remove the floors. Oh, and the chef's uniform is done. Very nice. Let's go ahead. Prine, if you would simply drop that. Sappy, go put that on. And there we go. That is an additional cooking speed bonus, cleanliness, and butcher speed and efficiency. All very much so needed. What is that? That is a skip hound. Another cool animal that I wish to tame to put in my colony. A skip hound, for those who do not know, is essentially a teleporting dog. It's pretty neat. Also, mad alpacas. Only 5 of them. Remarkably not scary. Let's go ahead and just deal with that. Alright, 1 alpaca down. Coog is out of ammo, apparently. Coog, please reload. Oh, or get hit by an alpaca. Sure. You two, beat up that one. That's another alpaca down. Another one down. And another one down. Alright, well, that only leaves this alpaca over here, which we will go ahead and just send the melee folks over to go wail on it. Alright, Coog. Oh, you had a gun. I could have had you switch to. Or you can just get cornered and beaten up by an alpaca. Alright, Coog, go tend to self. This alpaca will be dealt with by Sappy and Carrie. And there we go. Alpaca dealt with. Not a threat in the slightest. Alright, and with the last of those two houses being deconstructed, let's go ahead and slap down the new design. Now, we are going to obviously have to rework the paths as well at some point in the future to fit the new shapes of the houses. But for now, we'll simply plop them down where they fit. And the houses will be needing some pretty serious retrofitting in order to make them work properly. Namely, we need to pretty much just remove everything and start from scratch. Alright, and I think that'll be the general shape of the two new houses. Then, of course, we need to fit a bed, all the furniture, and then we'll see where we stand after that. We'll do bed here with an end table. A dresser can go over here. That'll make a very nice little bedroom design there for this house. And we'll do something kind of similar for this one. It's a slightly different shape, so obviously it'll have to be a little different, a little more unique, something like that. Now, we are left with a little bit of space in each of these, which I'm thinking what would be kind of cool to give the colonists is their own bathrooms. Nothing big or fancy, just something. And eventually we'll research showers, which we can also, you know, put in these. But for now, they'll be very small. Just a toilet and a sink. Although I'm not sure how to go about putting that into this one. What if we remove the bedroom and then set it up like so, and then we can set the bed up not really anywhere good to put it, actually, looking at this. We can put it here, move this wall down slightly, but still preserving the more curved shape. Then we can do that there, and this here, and that isn't half bad. And then, of course, last but not least, some floors. And yes, I am building these houses out of wood. I know I was trying to convert everything to stone, but I need these built soon, and wood is a lot easier to get than stone. But with that blueprint being finalized, I think I will be leaving this episode off here. We are now officially in the industrial era, although it'll probably be another 3 to 5 episodes before we really start seeing that make an impact, especially considering I'm focusing mostly on cosmetic projects for the time being. But I think it will be interesting, and now we are really at risk of a real and proper raid obliterating us, so really need to get the psi power up so we can do the raid pause if needed. Other than that, though, got some basic research done, and we are working on getting some proper work outfits so we can work even more efficiently. And of course, Vera had Goose, so we now have a literal infant to care for, which means we're going to need to make a school and also care for a baby. A mouth to feed, that cannot work. Not something I'm the most excited for, but hey, it's gotta happen at some point, right? With all that said and done, though, I will see you all in the next episode.